I'm Michael Diamond. This is Muscle Central. Subscribe and turn on your notifications. Okay, can either Samson Dauda or Andrew Jack win the Arnold this year? Yeah, it's a possibility. Personal opinion, I don't think so. Nick Walker is pegged as the favorite. He's my pick, and I think that's the way it's going to unfold. Now, reason why, hear me out. As far as Samson Dauda and Andrew Jack. Now, these two guys both have tremendous potential over there. I think at this stage, Samson's a little bit ahead of Andrew. They're both big men. They're tall, wide, great structure, great shape to their muscles. There's a lot there to be appreciated, but there's work needed still to be done. At this point right now, Nick Walker is ahead of them. As you've seen in the placings in Olympia last year. Although I personally felt Samson should have been fourth place, that would have put him right behind Nick Walker. But just because a person places right behind someone doesn't mean necessarily that it was close between the two of them. There's still distance, there's still grounds to be made up. I don't think that there was enough time from the Olympia to the Arnold to make those improvements that would be needed. And keep in mind, Nick Walker is still improving also. He's show to show. He hasn't slowed down yet. And I expect to see a better package at the Arnold and even better package at the Olympia. There's just, it's not out of the question. The recent update pictures of Samson are very impressive. They're about 2.5 weeks out. And what we're hearing from the Andrew Jack camp, who's now working with Chris Psycho Lewis as his trainer and Chris Aceto as his nutritionist, prep coach, we're hearing some pretty good things. We got a few glimpses. But like I said, there's just not quite enough time to make up the ground. I try to use this as an analogy. They're in Nick Walker, Samson Dauda, and Andrew Jack. They're in a long distance race. Nick is right now 100 miles ahead of them. Nick is going 100 miles an hour. Maybe Andrew Jack and Samson Dauda are going 110 miles an hour. Given enough time, unless they break down along the way, they're going to catch up to him. And I think these guys have a lot of amazing gifts going for them. Not that Nick Walker doesn't. And I think that in time, they could catch up or surpass. It's still not written in stone. We never know until that day comes. But right now, it's just a little bit too far ahead of them. Now, there's also another dilemma. I don't think they're going to, either one of them will have enough time to be at that level by the Olympia either. If what I'm saying is correct, if my pick for the Arnold is correct, Samson and Andrew are not qualified for the Olympia. They would still have to pick shows to compete in and win. Keep in mind, excuse me. Keep in mind there are is no more point system, so we're going to have to find shows to win to qualify, and then if they qualify, they're going to have to prepare for the Olympia. There's just not enough time for them to make, in my opinion, those improvements that are needed to bring them to that next level. They're like teetering in top tier, maybe the lower end of top tier. But to get to that next level, I think there's a little more time needed. Now, considering the situation that they're not qualified yet, and assuming they are going to compete to qualify, I'm sure they both want to go to the Olympia this year. Whether they get either one of them or both of them get a qualification for the Olympia or not, I think both of them should put on their calendar, set their eyes on a show just before the Olympia, which wouldn't be an Olympia qualifier for this year, would be an Olympia qualifier for the following year, or start looking at a show right after the Olympia, which would be a qualifier. This way, if they can qualify very early in the season for the Olympia, it gives them all that time to make those improvements that are needed to bring them to that level. All right, you might agree or disagree with what I've said. Either way, let me know in the comment section. Like the video, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications. This is Michael Diamond. I'd like to thank you for watching Muscle Central.